Alright, y'all, I woke up not too long ago, so if I got that Biggie sound, forgive me, y'all. I had to address this. Alright, I made a video last night about how I really wasn't going to talk about stuff like this no more, but you know what? I thought about it, and with some encouragement from some of my peers, I said, why should I let them shut me up? I'm going to say what I want to say. You know, listen, I'm not pretending to be a civil rights expert or a political expert or none of that shit. Okay, I'm not going to throw a bunch of fucking numbers at you and fake statistics like some people do, because you know, when it comes down to it, how do you know these numbers are real anyway? How do we know this shit? But I guess here's some real shit for you. So Chicago, right? Chicago is what a lot of people like to bring up to throw in our faces. The ones that support Black Lives Matter, they like to throw that in our faces. What about Chicago? What about Chicago? Especially the Oreo crew. The Oreo crew loves that shit. Like they salivate when they see something bad happens in Chicago. Yes, we got something. We got something. Now, when it comes to what they do to us, that's when they make all the excuses in the world. All right. But then when something like this happens in Chicago, then it's like, So fuck it. I'm gonna address it. Yeah. So Chicago, the other day, biggest, killing spree in Chicago since what, 61. So in 24 hours, 18 people got killed. Now here's my stance on it, y'all. All right, because like I said, they're salivating like, yeah, they talk about Black Lives Matter. What about their Black lives? Those Black Lives Matter? No, only a few. The fuck out of here. All right, y'all, listen. And I've said this before. Black on black crime is a problem. It is. Now, as far as Chicago goes, to be honest with you, I've never been to Chicago. I don't know a whole lot about Chicago, but what I do know is that it is the most violent city in this nation, at least one of them. A lot of black on black crime, a lot of violence over there. And I feel like Chicago is a result of the success of what the government really wanted for the black community to begin with, is to kill each other. To kill each other, take away our ability to reproduce. All right. In the words of Furious Styles from the John Singleton classic Boys in the Hood, listen, we don't own any planes. We don't own any ships, especially back in the day. All right. So they want to talk about how we're animals, drug infested, crime ridden. Who put the guns in the damn hood? All right. We left from the cotton fields to try to find our way in the world. Okay, you get a group of black people together in a town. Now, there were successful black towns a long time ago. It's hard to believe now because right now, just look at the world. I don't even have to say it. But there were successful black towns with black-owned businesses, black Wall Street, black schools, black-owned shit. So what do? When I say they, the FBI, the government, the white elite, the powers that be. All right. So to those that say there's no such thing as white privilege runs this fucking country. This is a white-run country, a white-run world. Black people don't run this shit. Black people don't own this shit. But you do have black pawns, all right, that the white people, now, again, racist white people now, not all of y'all, that they recruit to, I guess, be the mouthpiece of the black community or to really justify how bad black people are. Right? They use them for that. They use the Oreo crew for that, to show how bad black people really are. So you take these successful black communities, and what do? You say, damn, we got to break this shit up. All right, let's give them some guns. Let's give them some hard drugs. All right. Liquor stores on every corner. You throw all this shit in the ghetto, and look what happens. Chicago. Chicago is a direct result of that. You put a bunch of guns and drugs and liquor stores and no economic opportunities in there. What do you think is going to happen? And especially now with this whole George Floyd situation, what did you think was going to happen? And yeah, not everybody that's protesting and rioting is about the George Floyd case. It's not. It's honesty for your ass, but they try to pin it all on us like it's all black people. And there's just as many white people out there rioting too. All right, there's all races out there rioting, but the spotlight is on us. We're the animals. We are the menaces to society. No pun intended. All right, it's us. Chicago already is an area where low income, there's a lot of homelessness, and it's just a fucked up situation. As the president say, your schools are no good.
you're living in poverty. What the hell do you have to lose? Just vote for me, okay? Because I can make a change in the black community.
We'll see if he does. Listen, I'll call a spade a spade. If Trump, in the next 4 years, if he wins, if Trump can really help bring change and positivity to the black community, I will give him his props, okay? I'm not going to damn Trump no matter what, okay? If he does right by us, I will give him his props. That's what it is. Chicago is in a bad fucking spot. So when you have all this shit stacked against you, what the fuck do you think is going to happen? All right, it's always easy to say on the outside looking in, well, why will they do that? Well, look at all that over there. But you're not in that situation. You're not in that situation. So you can't say what you would do with a situation unless you're in there. So I can't sit there and judge and be like, nah, man, what the fuck? I'm not in there, y'all. I'm not. That's just like a lot of racist white people can't sit there and say, oh, y'all get over slavery. Why you always blame the white people everything? Listen. Unless you walk in our shoes, you would never know. If you reverse the roles, if your ancestors were brought here on slave ships, all right, raped by slave masters, had your fucking lineage taken away from you, had your culture taken away from you, your family history, you don't even know who you are. You carry your slave master's last name from generation to generation. You know you're African American, you know you have African blood, but you don't know your history. How would you feel? Okay? So back to Chicago. It's unfortunate. And are people going to protest over there? Are you going to bring the Black Lives Movement over there and the celebrities? Ain't no celebrities going out there. And most people are not going to go out there. Honestly, I want to go to Chicago because I probably would get fucked up, but I understand what's going on over there. And it's exactly what the plan is, what the plan was. And the plan is coming to fruition. And I'm pretty sure somebody up in their offices are doing like this right now, applauding what's happening. So instead of me being like the Oreo crew, shining light to this and condemning and judging and see, not all Black Lives Matter. See, to my Black Lives Matter, what about Chicago? Instead of doing that shit, instead of this tit for tat shit, why don't you come up with a solution? You got the platform, you got the audience, people are fucking listening to you. Okay. If you got people listening to you, why don't you help give a solution? Be, like you always say, be a part of the solution, not the problem. You're exposing the problem. You're exploiting us, okay? So now what? Now what happens? We have a lack of black leadership. When we do have really strong black leaders, they get taken out. All right, the only reason why Al and Jesse are still around because Al and Jesse are not a threat. Al and Jesse are fluff, all right? This sounds good. It sounds convincing. At the end of the day, they're not going to really bring real change. It is what it is. We have lack of black leadership, and I think it's going to take that strong black leadership to really bring change. As far as Chicago goes, man, look here, I don't know. If you try to bring black leadership to Chicago, you might get shot. But I don't want to blame them, y'all. I don't want to blame them. And I'm going to say it again. We don't own any planes. We don't own any ships. We're not flying that shit in there. All right. Chicago is a result of what the plan was. So there it is. All right. So yeah, a lot of people died in Chicago, biggest in history. And yes, their lives matter too. With Black Lives Matter, the black people that died there, their lives fucking mattered. And I wanted to use my channel and my platform to say that. So yeah, it doesn't exclude black on black. All right, it includes all of that. And my hope is that it reduces black on black because hopefully this can bring more black unity. Hopefully I want this to be something that not only will we bring justice to George Floyd and every other unarmed black person that got killed by police or white vigilantes, hopefully this can bring black people together. This is what I want for Black Lives Matter, okay? This ain't a tit for tat shit. Yeah, I'm gonna prove you right, I'm gonna prove you wrong. Fuck that. Leave that to the Oreo crew. The Oreo crew, they got that, y'all. I'm not here for all that. You know what I'm saying? And I always talk about them because it's just a disgrace how they are part of us, you know what I'm saying? They're part of, well, I shouldn't say part of us, but you know what I'm saying? They're one of us biologically. But they're pawns, they're pawns and they do nothing but exploit their own kind. And those are the ones that I can't stand. So y'all, what do you think about this whole Chicago situation? Comment freely below. Thank you for watching. If you like the content, hit that like and subscribe. Like and subscribe, notification bell in the corner. I'm sorry, y'all, I just got up. Anyways, y'all, this is Rashad G signing out. See you in the next video.